The chapter opens with Yamato desperately shouting, "You can do it!" Onigashima unsteadily hovers above the capital. Momonosuke struggles to make large flame clouds to keep the island from falling. He cries, "This is impossible! They refuse to come out no matter how hard I try!" Despondent, Momonosuke recalls the day his home was destroyed. It was the last time he saw his mother, Kozuki Toki. In his memory, she orders him to flee 20 years into the future and revive the Kozuki clan. Little Momonosuke sobs hysterically, screaming, "I can't!" and shakily pleads for her and his sister Hiyori to come with him. Kinemon reminds him of the way of the samurai. In the land of Wano, when one suffers a great failure, they forfeit their life. So, to doubt his mother at such a moment is shameful. Kinemon exclaims, "No man should question the resolve of a woman who speaks with such conviction." Momonosuke blubbers, "I'm not a man, I'm just a kid." Kinemon retorts that with Odin gone, Momonosuke isn't just his heir anymore. Upon hearing these words, the men hit the floor with a thud and bow to a bewildered Momonosuke. Kinemon, with tears flooding his eyes, begs the young shogun to give them another chance to fight and die with honor. He cries, "I would do anything to wield my sword for you, my lord." Although Momonosuke's body trembles with reluctance to leave his family, he turns his crying face to his mother and chokes out, I will be on my way now." In the present day, Momonosuke regains his conviction and declares, "I would never be able to face Mother if I left things like this." He continues to push away Onigashima from the flower capital, but time is running out. Meanwhile, on the roof of the Skull Dome, Kaidou is impressed that Luffy was able to grab lightning. Luffy uses a new move called Gomu Gomu Lightning to hurl the bolt at Kaidou. Kaidou sidesteps the attack, saying, "You can keep playing around if you want," as he smacks Luffy with Hasakai, sending him flying. Luffy grabs another lightning bolt midair and uses his inflated leg as leverage to spin around the bolt and slingshot back to Kaidou. Before Luffy can make another move, Kaidou dodges and strikes him on the head with his kanabo, declaring, "In the end, a strong devil fruit power isn't enough to conquer these seas." As Luffy's face collapses into itself, Kaidou reveals that even Goldie Roger had no devil fruit power, yet he became the Pirate King. Kaidou sends Luffy plummeting, but because of his awakening, his rubbery body bounces back up from the ground. Kaidou prepares to strike him again, yelling that to conquer the seas, only Haki can overcome all. Kaidou hits Luffy with the Daitoku Raime Hake attack, which injures him and sends him hurtling once more. Nevertheless, Luffy manages to grab Kaidou and drags him up to the sky with him. Kaidou tries to break free from Luffy's grip to no avail and morphs into his full dragon form. He blasts Luffy with Tatsumaki Kaifu and delights in his discovery of Luffy's vulnerability. Kaidou cackles, "Seems you're still weak to slashing attacks." Below, the people of the flower capital dance and smile, watching their sky lanterns float up above. They hope that their enclosed messages will reach the souls of the departed. As they celebrate the fire festival, they know when they wake the next day, they will return to being slaves. Despite this, they wish to live another year. Among them, we see Toko laughing as she pleads, "Please reach Daddy!" Back on Onigashima, Kaidou once more bellows for Luffy to let go and come back down as he blasts him with bolo breath. Luffy becomes blackened and charred, but survives with his healing ability. Inside the castle, Hyogoro regains consciousness while the fire rages on. He learns that Onigashima is falling and realizes this means Kaidou is getting weaker. He asks the other samurai what outcome they would prefer. If Luffy defeats Kaidou, the island falls. He explains this means all of us plummeting to our deaths. He continues, "On the other hand, Kaidou coming out on top?" The samurai interrupt him to say they prefer to die, as long as their families and the innocent continue to live. They cheer for Luffy to crush Kaidou, yelling, "Don't worry about us!" An incredulous beasts pirate cries out, "We're all done for!" Hyogoro smiles, replying, "So what if we are?" At the same time, Usopp and Hamlet are still trapped in the castle basement. They run for their lives from the raging fire, only to get swept up in Raiso's flood. On the treasure repository floor, Orochi is still alive and burning from the fire set by Kanjuro's spirit. During the island tremors, the sea stone nail falls out of his body, allowing him to change into snake form while still on fire, though he is reduced to one head. He roars, "Are you watching Odin?" and vows to take Hiyori to hell with him. Back on the roof, Luffy yells to a shocked Momonosuke, "I'm finishing this for good! Onigashima is in the way! Move it!" He inflates his hockey-coated hand to an enormous size and balls it into a fist to strike Kaidou. Yamato screams, "Is he prepared to punch through the island?" Momonosuke hesitates, but Luffy shouts, "I know you've got this!" The chapter ends with a close-up of Momonosuke's determined face.